Hello, so today I'm gonna show you how to use GI Tuner. Now this method should work not just with the current 2.4 version, but for the future versions as well. If you use GI Tuner before, I recommend that going to its app settings or app info, and then clear its data and clear its access. Now if you don't know how to do that, just uninstall and reinstall GI Tuner. Now let's open GI Tuner. We can use three settings here, which are performance, anti-throttling, and Vulkan. Now, if you are experiencing low FPS and frequent FPS drops, you can use this setting. Now, here under the stock specification, just enable all cores as big, and now you have here the improved performance settings. Now, for the anti-throttling setting, if you are experiencing overheating, you can go ahead and try this method. But I only recommend this too powerful enough device because we are reducing the workloads of the chips, therefore decreasing the performance. So for the anti-throttling settings, just use the default SoC specification, and under here you can disable 2 to 4 cores depending on how powerful your device is. It will reduce the heating or the fast heating of your device. Now the last one is the Vulkan setting. Right here, you can enable and disable it. Now, I will recommend to run the Vulkan settings along with the performance one. Now, you can enable and disable. Now, Vulkan is a pretty interesting one. Not only it will fix some graphics issues like no grass, no damage text, and glitching bosses for some devices, it will also create more detailed and cleaner textures. Right here, as you can see in the pictures and videos. Vulkan might improve performance for some devices, but it might also cause slower performance for some. So you can play around with the Vulkan settings and test out what runs better for you. Now to save settings, for example, I want to save performance without the Vulkan. Just click Save Settings. Now for some devices, when you click Save Setting, it will automatically save to the Genshin directory. Now for some devices like mine, it will ask you to select a directory. Just click OK. It will open up a file manager inside your root folder, Android, and then data. Just find com.mihoyo.genshin impact. Right here, select that, and then select Files, and select Use this folder. Click Allow. Now your config will be saved to the Genshin directory. Now, before proceeding to this next steps, you should go ahead and open your Genshin Impact and see if it works for you. Because this next steps is basically the same things the GI Tuner is doing, but we are gonna do it manually. So, if you open up Genshin Impact and for some reason it doesn't work for you, maybe for example is file access restriction, then these are the possible workarounds. We will create a config for your device and save it manually on the Genshin directory. Now go ahead and open GI Tuner again. As you can see here, the save config on the selected folder. Just make the settings that you want. For example, to the performance settings, just click the save config on the selected folder and click save settings. It will open up a file manager where you can save your config. Now go to your root directory, and for example, I want to create my own folder, name my config, and then save it inside this folder. Just click allow. You have your own config created for your device. Now, if you have this option, you can now go and skip to the part where we move your config into the Genshin directory. Now, if you don't have this option, you can go ahead and download the configuration I made in the description below. Now that in the description, after you downloaded it, go ahead and extract it. You will have this folder right here, AAAGI configs. It contains 3 folders, which are performance, anti-throttling, and Vulkan. Now, these configs are based on my hardware model, so we need to edit it to add your hardware model instead. So, to do that, we need a JSON editor. Go ahead and download JSON Gnie. Link is in the description below. Now let's go ahead and open JSON Gnie. Click that. Click allow. Now, right here at the upper left, you can see a menu. Open it and click open JSON file. It will open a file manager. Now, go to your root directory and find the folder that you extracted, which is here. Select the config that you want to edit. For example, it's the performance config. Select the config. Now, you can see here there's a config and 12 objects. Click that. Scroll all the way at the very bottom. You will see here hardware model, which contain my hardware information. Now, you need to delete that. Click delete. Press home. And then select GI tuner. Now, here at the top of your GI tuner, you can see your device model. It should be different depending on your device. Go ahead and select your device model and copy. Go back to your JSON Genie and paste it. And click save. So to save, right here at the upper right, just click save and check this. And you can see right here, overwrite original file. It's just select json.files because overwriting files in this app has a bug and it doesn't overwrite the file. So instead, the app will create a JSON folder and you can find there the config that you save. Now, before saving, we need to delete this .json extension because as you can see, the app will create a JSON extension here. So we need to delete that, delete and click save. Now you can find your created config inside the JSON folder right here. Now let's go ahead and move your created files or the file you saved to the Genshin directory. Now normally if you go to Android and then data, you will see a bunch of files in here, especially if you are Android 10 and below. But since I am Android 11, the Android data folder is restricted, so I need to use a different file manager that can access this folder. Now, if you can access this folder, you can go ahead and use your own file manager. But if not, we need to download a file manager called Zarchiver. Link is also in the description below. Now, let's go ahead and open Zarchiver. Click allow. Now, find your config that you saved. Find the config that you saved. If you created it, it's here at the JSON file folder. If you save it using the GI tuner, then you will find it wherever you save it. For example, I save it right inside my config. Now copy it. It should be named. Copy it. The name should be hardware underscore model underscore config.json. Copy it, and right here at the upper corner, go back to your device directory and follow this directory at your screen. Go to Android. And then right here, data. And the Zarchiver will ask for permission to write on the external SD card. Just select OK. Make sure it was inside this folder, Android and data. Just select use this folder and click allow. Now you can now see the folder content if you are on Android 11. Now go ahead and find com.mihoyo.genshin impact right here. Select that. Select files. And then you can paste it right here. Just click paste. And you're done. So, from the common question on my last video, you only need to do this once unless there's an update because the game will also update its game file. Now, when using Vulkan for the first time, you should click the Verify File Integrity in the title screen because the game will adjust additional settings for the Vulkan. Now, if you want to delete the config, if you save it in the app, then you should go to the app and click Delete Config. Now, if you save it manually, you can go to the Genshin directory and delete the config in there. Don't worry, the game will just create a new default config when you open it again. No ban? Question mark? I cannot guarantee you anything, but I think this is pretty safe. But still use it at your own risk. So if you have any question, just comment down below. And if you find this video helpful, please consider like and subscribing. Thank you.